Party Project. You know, I originally wasn't planning on making a video on this game, but I've gathered so much footage and played so much that I feel like I have to. Also, I'm full manic right now, and that's all it really takes for me to decide whether I randomly want to make a video or not. This game is straight up fire. It's one of those games that I know so many people would love, they just don't know about it. Which is why I'm here, because I want more people to know about this game and just how cool it is. Unfortunately, my videos average around 100 viewers per, so this is already a bit of a failed cause, but the idea counts. Damn, I didn't think this would be my first video board game I'd talk about on this channel. I've been wanting to do Fortune Street Sphere Dice mode for so long, and I was originally going to use this Party Project footage for my video I was planning on Sonic Shuffle, which by the way, that game is some hottie fire. And if you disagree, then I don't think you're gonna make it on my white ship once this world gets destroyed, my gamer. See ya! Party Project is what y'all would imagine. It's heavily based on Mario Party. Released by the one and only Char. It's currently at version 0.97, and I can happily say it's far better than any Mario Party game. And I know, oh Spacey, you're just a hipster, always supporting the indies. And no, gamer, it really is just better. I know Mario Party fans who usually wouldn't be about this sort of thing, straight up saying that they have no interest in ever playing Mario Party again after this. And I agree. For me, this is the replacement. And what it accomplishes is something that an official Mario Party game will never be able to accomplish. Which, by the way, just for credentials' sake, I've played most Mario Party games. I know these games like the back of my hand, and my favorite one is Mario Party 3. And if you just had a negative reaction towards that statement, you're probably a Mario Party 4 fan, in which case, I definitely can't trust you. But before I go into why this game is so good, let's bring in everyone who's still watching despite not knowing anything about Mario Party. Here's the gist. You and your 3 friends, or 3 bots, start by choosing characters. There's no character differences gameplay wise, and with support for modded characters, well, let's just say you'll be spoiled for choice. They'll always like playing with the base roster. I'll admit it, I'm a Madeline main, sometimes dabbling with Knight, and if I pull the croc on your ass, well, it may be time to run, my gamer. After this, we get some settings, and this is already where you can see the benefit of this being a fan project. There are an absolute ton of settings to customize. From rubber band mechanics, mini games that show up, teams, turns, there's just a ton to mess around with. Something that a modern game wouldn't do out of fear of complexity or confusing the audience. This shit was made for hardcore people. I like the recently added setting that lets you buy multiple items at a shop. I appreciate how you can choose between certain rules between the various Mario parties too. It lets anyone play by the rules that they're used to and potentially mix it with rules from other games. Like, you're not gonna see any casual normie talking about the star cycles and how they differ between the different Mario Party games, right? After this, we got board selection. Another moment where this game just topples regular Mario Party. There is a massive number of boards in this game, taking from nearly every Mario Party, and even some original ones too. And I think some of these original ones are straight up the best. Extremely well made by someone who knows what they're doing. And these maps aren't just JPEGs with random spots placed on them. They all have their returning mechanics that made these boards what they are. Getting in game, the goal of Party Project is to have more stars than any other player, received by paying 20 coins at a rotating star spot, stealing stars via the boo function, by dueling, or even the returning toggleable bonus stars. Players travel the board with a D10, alongside a multitude of items to affect their role and the roles of others. After everyone takes their turn, they play a minigame, along the likes of free-for-all or 2v2. No 1v3 because, let's be honest, those games were always bullshit anyways. By the end of how many turns you set, players are rewarded with the bonus stars for how gamer excellent they were. And whoever has the most stars, win. Y'all got that? Well, now I'm going to get into the good stuff and tell y'all why this is my favorite Mario Party game and why I and several others I know will probably never go back to Mario Party after this. You just can't. Capital P, pacing. This game is extremely fast-paced. Let's get one thing straight. Mario Party is slow. All the animations, the loading screens. 20-turn games can take over an hour. But here, everything moves lightning fast. No loading or animations that needs to play out. 20 turns can take like 30 to 40 minutes, while still retaining all the strategy and depth that people play these games for. And don't worry, the bullshit luck that this series is known for is still here too. The battlefield may be different, but the war is all the same. I'd arguably say the new strategy and depth here is even higher. I absolutely love the colossal amount of items in this game. We've got returning items from all games, alongside plenty of new ones. Which, yeah, sorta does drastically change boards that weren't made with these items in mind. Like, Mario Rainbow Castle or Yoshi's Island are just straight up hilarious with plus 10 cards or triple dice blocks. It definitely ends up with a different feel when you can just travel the entirety of the board in one roll. But I think it also adds to that speedy nature. No spot ever seems so far, and turns are fast but still feel like so much happens in them. I like the awareness for these items too. For example, the orb spaces, or hexes, are extremely cheap because, let's be honest, it's pretty rare that people actually land on those. And I think some items open up whole new strategies, like the revive item, which allows you to double your previously highest coin amount when you go bankrupt. I've straight up made some goated plays with that item. I wish I had the footage of me using that item, but I've been having some space issues on my computer and I can't be recording everything anymore. But yeah, whenever I see a new update drop, the thing that always excites me the most is seeing what new items are added. Yeah, you know my ass gets the item star every game. I'm built different. Also appreciate the quality of life features as well, such as being able to look at the map and see where you're going to land on your roll. We don't need to count spaces anymore, my gamer. Or how cool it is that on some boards, the music changes for the final 5 turns. I haven't played too much of it, but I think 2v2 is neat as well. It's not like Mario Party 7 where you're basically glued to your partner. You can travel freely. And I like that you can use your partner's items as well. There's definitely some cool situations that can come from that. I suppose I should probably be talking about the minigames now. So yeah, I can see a lot of people complaining that because this game isn't 3D like Mario Party, the minigames won't be as good or cool. I think it's kind of a personal preference kind of thing. Like, are you telling me this Final Fantasy battle minigame isn't a heat idea? There's over 100 minigames, and I don't think the 2D nature of this game limited it as much as you may think, because there's still a ton of fire minigames, some original and some returning from the Mario Party series. Hell, even some from other games. Like, I was shocked to see flipping out from lights, camera, pants. That was cool. My only real complaint when it comes to Party Project is luckily sort of a non-issue, remedied by having friends, so yeah, I'm fucked, but it's the AI. Let me be clear, I'm not really sure how the AI fully works. There's settable difficulties, but I feel like this only affects how they perform in minigames. On the board, I swear these bots just don't use items. It's so strange. Like, they just make some very odd decisions at points. I haven't played too much of the latest versions, but I did notice they used maybe a little more items? More noticeable than the other times I played. And I do like their situational awareness at points. Like, if you have a plunder chest and they have a lamp, they'll use the lamp on their turn, regardless of if they have the money to buy the star, just so that you can't steal it from them. I like that. It's very much something a non-bot player would do. Minigames, however, it's where the AI kind of shows their limits. On some minigames, if the AI difficulty is too high, it straight up becomes impossible to win, at least a couple of them. So much so that when I play with hard AI, which isn't even close to the toughest difficulty, I have to disable certain minigames that they're just too good at. Meanwhile, other minigames they're just straight up awful at, like damn near not even touching the controller type. Once again, it's not a big deal. If you're playing Mario Party with AI, you've already messed up, but worth mentioning if you don't have a full party of 4. For what it's worth, I've never played with a full party of 4, and I don't mind the AI. They're perfectly acceptable, just a little quirky. But yeah, to me, if I want to play Mario Party, it's Party Project 100% of the time. It's just so much faster. Like normal Mario Party, when I get screwed over at the end and lose, I get pissed. But in this game, that's fine. You can do 2 games in the time it takes to do 1 Mario Party game. So it doesn't feel like I wasted that much of my time to get screwed over. But who knows, maybe this is just the lessons I've learned from years of Mahjong. Second place is still a win, baby. And luck is a skill. I know people who no longer have the attention span for Mario Party, and yet they can still sit through this, which I think is a little notable. What's also notable is this game's modding scene. This game allows modding in the form of custom characters, and it's actually pretty simple to do. A small sprite sheet, 2 stickers, and a couple other objects and you're done. The game comes with templates to help you out with this. I kinda wish the character sprite sheet just used a normal character sprite sheet. Luckily you can view mods to get a better idea of the outline size and such, but back when mods were first being made, this was a tad hard. Sure, while all the funny meme mods with other characters can be great, haha it's the Mugen of Mario Party or some shit, I personally prefer mods that matches the game's aesthetic and the other characters present within it. Like, call me boring, but my favorite character mod is the Costume Party Project mod by Tyfloquill, which, first of all, shoutouts to Tyflo for damn near instantly making a PMD Grovile mod. You're in the good. And just having mods in general that matches the game's art style. I love Costume Party Project, and I think Winter Matt is fire. And I never cared for Maffy until they turned into a robot, and that might say something about me. The problem with these mods though, is that most of the time, you're just downloading a text file calling image data from websites to load the character's assets, so you don't actually have the character, and if the website that character is on ever goes down, then damn, they're kinda just lost forever unless the mod creator re-uploads them to a different site. Which sorta just means eventually, all these characters will be gone. And every once in a while, characters you did download will just no longer work, leaving you hoping for a re-upload if you ever want to play them again. Like, hey, main not alt, your Maestro mod is fire, but why the f did you upload the sprites to a private Discord that doesn't even work anymore? This also means that if you don't have internet, or at any point lose internet, then these characters will no longer work until it comes back. Which is so strange, I don't think I've ever encountered this kind of modding before. The latest patch added a feature that lets you save a character's sprites for offline use, which is nice. It's a tad cumbersome, but appreciable nonetheless. At the end of the day, it's not the biggest deal to me. As I said, I like the base cast, but I also understand that these silly custom characters are a huge draw for a lot of people, and being able to put in your own character is cool. This will attract people to the game in its own right. Hell, that's how I found out about this game. Trust me, if I had the time, I would be unloading my 500 characters into this game. I thought of doing noise, but I've got other work to do. So, yeah, that was a bit of a tangent. But I full sail recommend Party Project. It's not even at version 1.0, and it is a very fun and impressive project. Maybe to some people, it won't carry that same charm that they liked about the Mario Party games, but I think this game has its own style that I appreciate. I like that these characters aren't just trying to be Mario Party, it's whatever the hell Char wanted to do, with some guest characters from Friends, because why not? That's heart to me. So if you want to give this game a try, check the link in the description. I think it's a fantastic time, especially if you have some friends that are into Mario Party, but you just feel like you never have enough time to get everyone together. This game isn't as much as a commitment, but still contains everything you want from it. You get to play more Mario Party than if you played actual Mario Party, if that makes sense. It's a project that both shows its love and respect towards its inspiration, whilst also improving on the original design by cutting the fat. Created by someone who understands the games well enough to know what people like about them, and create an experience fully centered around it. And that is Crescent Fresh. Honestly, I thought I was done with Mario Party. I love tons of different video board games. The Misunderstood, The Unknown, The Misunderstood Again. Seriously, how did nobody understand Smash? What I'm trying to say is that in the modern day of busyness, where time seems so much shorter, days go by quickly enough that I have an ever-growing time theory conspiracy on my head. It's by playing Party Project that sort of makes me feel young again. It brought me back into this kind of board game I never thought I'd be playing again. It's a creation that no big company can ever do, because it's a project of passion, fueled and made for the love of the game. I'm Spacey Soundy, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Yo, Kenchiago, baby! And of course, everyone else who's also supporting me. If y'all want to get my videos a week earlier, feel free to support me on Ko-Fi. It helps me with actually making these videos in the first place, you know? But yeah, speaking of which, I know it's been a bit, but I'm here, I'm back, and I'm ready to start uploading again. Maybe even more than ever. Of course, the looming presence of the Gates video is going to slow me down a lot, but before then, I want to start fire after fire, and really start getting this channel back up and running again. So, stay tuned, y'all. These videos are just the beginning, yo.